All right, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Speakeasy Scorecard. This is episode 5, and we've got a big one for you today. Bringing out the unicorn himself, Mr. Shohei Ohtani, to go through the scorecard and see how he stacks up. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into it. As you all know by now, we're just going to go through some of the basic stats, but again, in the scorecard, we're not looking at stats that win games, but we're looking at stats that drive collectability. Shohei needs no introduction here. I mean, those home run numbers, absolutely incredible. Batting average is phenomenal. Stolen bases, I mean, he was in the 50 club, almost 50-60 club. He pitches and hits, obviously, but we're going to be focusing on his hitting statistics here. So here are the metrics that we're going to use. First up, WRC plus, and that is going to measure how good you are against average talent out there. So the average baseball player. Shohei Ohtani is almost twice as good. He's 77% better than the average in the MLB. So that's going to give him 10 points in our 10-point scale right off the bat. Barrels, these are the damaging hits. These are extra base hits. These are home runs. Barrel percentage, it measures your exit velocity along with the trajectory. So Shohei coming in at 21.5. Anything above 15% is elite here. So Shohei is going to get another 10 points. Next up, his strikeout percentage. 24%. This is the only tiny, small knock against Shohei. If you checked out the previous videos with Aaron Judge and Juan Soto, you'll know that this is what makes the difference on our scorecard. So 24% is not bad. Average is like 15 to 20%. Under 15 is phenomenal. But we're going to give Shohei a 6 here. Next up, the expected WOBA. So this is going to take luck out of the equation, and give us the deserved outcomes from his hits. So he has a 433 here, which again, anything over 400 is phenomenal. So we're going to give him a 10 there. And last, he's an LA Dodger. He's not just the face of the league, he's the face of baseball. He's an international icon. So he, without a doubt, gets 10 points there. So if we total it all up, our total Speakeasy score is going to be 46 for Shohei. A couple other things to look at. He's 31 years old, so he's right in that prime, I think. And when we look at that ground ball average versus the MLB, he's under that, which means that he's hitting balls that have a chance to do some damage. Line drives, home runs, things like that. Not really a ton to say about Ohtani here. I mean, we all know who he is and what he's capable of. Probably going to win another World Series or two over the next couple of years, along with MVPs. But let's see how he stacks up on the 2026 Speakeasy big board of hitters. So one shocker, I think, from our last video, and make sure to check that out. Juan Soto taking the lead. So Juan Soto edged out Aaron Judge, who had a 45. Juan Soto also edging out Shohei Ohtani with a 46. And this is strictly based on that K percentage. If you look at the orange box, Soto has a great eye. He does not strike out that much. So he received an 8 there, where Judge got a 5, Ohtani got a 6. Now, as I said in the other video, do I think that Juan Soto is necessarily a better player than Shohei Ohtani? No. But when certain plateaus trigger a certain score, such as a 10, then you can only get so high. And in the other categories, you can kind of come down, which is what happens in the strikeouts. So whether you're a 45 or a 47 doesn't really matter. When you hit that level, you're an elite talent in the league. So they're all pretty close. If we take a look at Ohtani's collectability here, let's take a look at Market Movers numbers. And over the past 30 days, he's sold almost 10,000 cards. That is about 3 or 4 times more than everybody else that we've done so far. The volume is up slightly. Price change is up slightly. Is there ever a good time to buy Ohtani? 3 years ago was probably the best time. And we may have all seen that video now. The should have bought that Ohtani when the guy's walking into the baseball card shop every year. His prices are probably just going to keep going up. So the sooner you pull the trigger, the better. So that's kind of where I'm at now. I've held out, and now I'm, am I buying high? Maybe, but it's probably just going to keep on going. So as I kind of alluded to before, anybody that hits that 40-point plateau, they're going in my vault. I have 3 tiers when it comes to collecting. Radar, that's for the guys that are scoring 20, but I think that in the 20s, but I think that they're better than that. The stash box, that's going to be the guys that I like, that I'm keeping an eye on, that score 30, 35 plus. Solid players, but maybe don't have that Hall of Fame trajectory just yet. And then the vault players. These are the guys that are scoring 40 points. They're the best players in the league. Not only are they collectible, but they're winning ball games for the most part as well. So to take a look at a few cards here that I've had my eye on, the first one is the Bowman Chrome rookie card for Ohtani. This is, it's a good picture. It's him batting. And that's kind of, I prefer the batting pictures over the pitching ones. But so PSA 9, I probably would go graded on this just to make sure everything's what it should be. I don't know if there's fakes floating around out there, but I'm not going to be able to tell the difference probably unless it's obvious. But the 30-day average on this, and I've been watching some auctions, and they do hit right about this number, is 1,165. So I like this card. It's probably going to be one of the first ones I pull the trigger on. Next up is the 2018 Topps Chrome Refractor. This was also in a PSA 9, and the 30-day average of just under $1,000. Now, I've had kind of a revelation about the refractors. I took a look at the sales numbers of how many actually sell of refractors, Topps Chrome Refractors versus Topps flagship rainbow foil. Now you guys can roast me in the comments, but rainbow foil has a lower print run. Rainbow foil, when you look at the population of PSAs out there, they are harder to grade because they have a lower print run. They're a paper product. They don't grade as well. When you come across a PSA 10, or maybe even a PSA 9 for that matter, they're more rare. There's not as many of them out there because of print run, because they're hard to grade. So 20 years from now, we'll say, the population of these refractors is astronomical. It just keeps on growing. Every one that's pulled gets sent directly to PSA or wherever. So my thought process here is I'm going to be trending away from the Topps Chrome Refractors, whether it's Ohtani, whether it's Jackson Chourio, you name it, Aaron Judge. I'm looking at the rainbow foils from Topps flagship. I'm looking to be more of a purist, I guess, in my collecting because there's so much product out there. And just for my own sanity, I'm trying to narrow it down a little bit. Nothing wrong with these. There's just a lot of them out there, and the population continues to grow, it seems. So I'm going to try to look at the foil boards and see if that's a better option for me. Another card that I really like here is this 2018 Archives, and this is the SP image variation. So the normal one, and let me just, can I shut myself off here? There. So the normal one is him, looking like he's going to pitch the ball. This is the SP with him batting. I really like this. I like the way the card looks. I have a 2018 Soto Archives. So Archives is another set that I'm very interested in adding it to my collection. So thought this might be one that you guys were interested in checking out, since it's a little bit less mainstream, but I think a pretty cool card. And what I do for these videos is I'll put a link in the description down below to the searches that I used for each of these cards, and I'll drop the foil board one down there as well. If you click on those, they are affiliate links. They don't cost you anything, but they do help the channel if you end up buying something over on eBay. So I appreciate you checking those out. And let's see, let's bring myself back up here. That's going to do it. So drop a comment below. Let me know, what do you think of the Speakeasy Scorecard? What do you think of the foil board versus Chrome Refractor? I've been looking at some of my foil boards, or rainbow foils next to refractors that I have the same card of the same player. And yeah, I can tell the difference, but I actually like the rainbow foil. It almost has like a matte look to it, which I'm a fan of. So it all comes down to personal preference. But either way, I appreciate you guys tuning in and checking out this video on Ohtani. Phenomenal player. We knew where he was going to land on the scorecard. Him, Judge, and Soto of the 5 videos that we've done thus far are the kings right now. So we're going to keep it going and see, is there anybody else that can join their company. But until then, hit that thumbs up. Please subscribe. Links are in the description if you want to check out any of these cards. Keep collecting, and we'll see you on the next one.